Hey everyone, we are going to be working on a molded portrait bust using this clay. Depending which room you're in, like in the classroom or at home, is the type of clay you'll be using. Right now I'm using this modeling clay. It is a non-air drying clay, so it will stay moldable as you are working with it. Just be careful that it will pick up a lot of dust and hair and everything, so keep it out of the way of those things, all right? Or it'll get really gross looking. So the first thing that you'll need to be doing is figuring out which portrait you are going to be sculpting. You can sculpt yourself, you can sculpt a friend, you can sculpt, a famous person, whatever you choose. It's going to be on a smaller scale, obviously. I have chosen to do a actor right here, and yep, that's him. We are going to start off with a basic head shape, neck, and the top of the shoulders. And we are going to start with like the egg-shaped head. We're going to start indenting and carving away to get our basic shape. I want you guys to have at least 2 views of your person. More views the better, but at least a profile and a front-on view of your person. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start tearing this apart and getting things prepared. I'm going to go ahead and rip off a part into 3s. So it would be kind of basically, here's his shoulders, here's his head right here. Don't turn this in. And you're going to use the leftovers for hair, nose, whatnot, things like that, okay? So I'm going to set my smallest piece aside, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to mold it more into a shoulder like this. This one, I'm going to make it into his head, so I'm going to go more into an egg shape. And I've noticed too with this modeling clay is that the more you work with it, the warmer it gets, so it's more pliable as you are working with it. So don't think this is as soft as it's going to get. So don't force the clay or your hands are just going to get so tired and you're going to get upset. Okay, so I got my egg shape, so I'm going to start moving it into more of his profile. So here's a sharp jaw. Round out his head. Remember, right now he's bald, so I am not worried about his hair shape or anything like that. We're going to add that on with our extra stuff. Okay, I'm going to add a neck. That on here. I'm going to blend it in. The modeling clay, you do not have to do the scoring and slipping. With the normal ceramic clay, you will. It's just a different type of clay, and you need to make sure they stick together and they stay together. I'm going to stick my head on, connect it. Got a really basic shape going on. Make sure your chest doesn't poof out away from the body too much. Make sure on the length of his neck. So from here, I'm going to do the basic shape of his head. I'm going to fix what I messed up while putting it on. Longer head, and I know he has a longer jaw. Not the Grinch jaw. Push in his jawline. Always move your sculpture around so you're getting a 3D view of it, okay? We're just going to mark it right down the middle, like that. His nose halfway and his mouth halfway, okay? And his hair's about right there. So we're going to push in the eye sockets because the eyes are set inside the head. Almost looks like a scary little skeleton dude. So his eyes are sitting right there. I'm going to make a nose. Stick it on. Remember, follow your guidelines. Forehead. Then you see that how his nose goes out and it comes back in. So, dang, Adam Driver, you got a weird shaped head. Let's add some lips on him, or it's going to look really weird. Right now, I'm just getting the area of where his lips go. Make more of like a flatter oval. Make it a little bit long so it stretches around his face. Use my spoon to get underneath that. Just use your spoon as a tinier tip of your finger to get in the areas you can't normally. Right now I'm just working on the profile, trying to get that angle that his face has. Sticks out a lot more than I anticipated, so it's connected to his nose a little bit more. Let's see. I gotta look at it like this. Make his jawline a little bit more pronounced. It's a lot more angled. I think I have to make his nose even bigger. Okay, so as I'm trying to get over the fact how Adam Driver has a ginormous nose, I already knew he had a ginormous nose. But dang, look at that! Okay, so we really need to look at our subject, whoever you chose to sculpt, okay? And we need to actually try to represent them in real life. Unlike what we talked about with the Romans, they did a lot of idealizing, of making the person look a lot better than what they actually were, so people would find them attractive and more trustworthy, and they would like them more because people are shallow. We're still shallow people. So with that idea in mind, that's why you need to go back and forth between your two different pictures here and really try to duplicate what you see and not what you think you see. All right? Take your time with it. Don't rush it. If you get frustrated, put it down. Come back to it to another time so you can work on it again, okay? We will be adding more details and things like that. The hair, the eyebrows, and all that good stuff, okay? So I've been working on my portrait bust. The body got in the way, so I took it off so I can just focus on the head. I've been working on this side a little bit more. I've been looking at my pictures, trying to get my profile and my straight on view more correct. I know that looks super creepy right now, but what I did was when I pushed my fingers in there for like the eye sockets, I took two equal sized spheres, rolled them up, and I put them in there. You kind of want them to be spread out kind of like that so you can get the sides of your eyeballs as well. And then for the eyelids, I was going to show you how to do that. You're going to make two baby clay snakes. Make them kind of thin, not so long. Something like that. You're going to squish them with your finger. Don't make them paper thin. And then you're going to put one on the bottom, kind of like overlapping your eyes. Let me do this one. And this will be your eyelid. I keep dropping it. See how it kind of overlaps it like that? And then you will smooth out the top and the bottom part to the skin. And then you can start shaping and moving around the eyelid for the shape. you don't want to start doing your hair until the very end. Think of it as a wig, and your wig needs to be done last because it has a lot of details in it, and you don't want to keep adding details and smoothing them out while you're trying to form and shape your head. Okay? Continue working on it. Again, if you get frustrated, put it to the side. Don't throw it across the room. This clay moves around a whole lot, so if you put it down, it may kind of flatten. So I'm just kind of sitting in here, and my nose already kind of flattened out. So to store it, I would nestle it almost like an egg in some plastic bags like Walmart sacks or something, so it doesn't, flatten out or anything. Make sure you keep this away from hair and fuzz and everything, so put a bag over it, put it in a Tupperware, keep it safe, okay?